बहुत सारे लोग मुझे पूछते हैं पाकिस्तान से कि मैं इंटरनेशनल स्टूडेंट इधर आना चाहता हूँ या मैं बिजनेसमैन बिजनेस वूमन हूँ, हम इधर आके बिज़नेस करना चाहते हैं।
आज हम न्यूयॉर्क के शहर ब्रुकलिन में एक पाकिस्तानी नौजवान अटॉर्नी से मिलने इनके ऑफिस पहुंचे हैं।
Hello everyone, this is Shauna and I am here at the Davis and Anuzu and Saleem law firm. And we will be talking to Mr. Saleem about his way here and what he's been up to. My name is Shauna.
Hi, how are you, Shauna?
Good, how are you?
My name is Muhammad Saleem.
Today I will be asking you questions about your background and everything that you've come here.
Have a seat, Shauna.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming to my office.
Thank you for meeting with me.
Absolutely, my pleasure.
Please tell our viewers about your background, about when you came here in the US and where you studied.
Thank you, Shauna. Again, my name is Muhammad Saleem, and to the viewers, I'm an attorney and a law partner in the firm of Davis and Anuzu and Saleem. इसकी मीनिंग है कि मैं एक law firm का member हूँ और उसका partner हिस्सा owner हूँ. So my family, we immigrated from Pakistan in 1990. तो मैं बच्चा था जब मैं इधर आया था, तकरीबन 6 साल का था. मेरे अम्मी और अबू पाकिस्तान से इमिग्रेट किए इधर आए थे और उस वक़्त इतने ज़्यादा पाकिस्तानी नहीं थे, तो पाकिस्तानी community was not as much as it is now in America. और मेरे अम्मी की फैमिली गुजरांवाले एंड सब लाहौर में है और मेरी अब्बू की फैमिली फैसलाबाद से है ज़्यादा. So when we came here, we tried to be with other Pakistanis and just you try to find your community members and so forth. And we went to an area in Queens. We were living there for a period of time, and I grew up in Queens, New York. और मेरी अम्मी और अबू ने कहा था कि इस कंट्री के अंदर the biggest thing you should focus on is education. तालीम हासिल करो. Try to do your best with education. और उन्होंने मुझे और मेरी sisters, मेरी बहनों को कहा था कि focus on education, everything else will work out. तो उस वक़्त से मैं ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा एजुकेशन की तरफ फोकस कर रहा था अपने हाई स्कूल के अंदर, कॉलेज के अंदर, लॉ स्कूल के अंदर. और मुझे इंटरेस्ट था लॉ के अंदर क्योंकि मैं पसंद करता था डिबेट करना. आई लव डिबेटिंग. I would want to debate with my sisters, my teachers, with everybody. And a debate is a really valuable tool for law. And मेरे अबू भी कहते थे कि हमारा मुल्क पाकिस्तान बना था because of a gifted leader, Qaid Azam, who happened to be a lawyer. So he really wanted to push me towards law, and that's where I went. So when I went to college, Hunter College के अंदर मैंने political science पढ़ी थी और उसके बाद मैं Penn State Dickinson Law School गया था और graduate हुआ था law degree के अंदर. And then I started practicing law in 2010, and I've been happily practicing law since 2010 till now.
So why did you decide to become an attorney instead of a doctor or engineer?
Yeah. So, if you're a brown kid growing up in America, or probably anybody growing up in America, everybody's parents like, oh, study hard, become a doctor or an engineer. Especially don't say हमारे Pakistani young kids हैं, मैंने देखा है कि a lot of their parents will push them to become either a doctor or engineer. और कोई भी पाकिस्तानी से बात करें, उनके माँ बाप चाहते हैं कि नहीं बेटा तुम डॉक्टर बनो, नहीं बेटी तुम डॉक्टर बनो. और मेरे पेरेंट्स alhamdulillah, they were very flexible. वो कहते थे कि whatever you do, focus hard and be the best in it. तो इस वजह से मैंने कहा था कि okay, I think I can be a very good lawyer. And law is not given the same respect in our community. Maybe recently it has, but maybe उस वक़्त इतना ज़्यादा respect नहीं था law के अंदर. But मुझे दिलचस्पी थी law के अंदर और because मैं पसंद करता था debate करना. Or in my opinion, I love to be able to just explain to the other person how they were wrong and I was right. So because of those skills, I started just looking at law and trying to understand it, and I wanted to go to law school and what it means to be a lawyer. And my parents were supportive because they said, okay, you know what, you could be a really good lawyer. And I wanted to be a lawyer because I wanted to help my community and help my people. I just love helping people in general and seeing them with good outcomes. तो इस वजह से पाकिस्तानी उस वक्त 90s के अंदर, maybe even early 2000s के अंदर, there were not that many Pakistani people going to law school, especially after 9/11. A lot of people in America after 9/11, a lot of Muslims, Pakistanis were getting in trouble with the law, or FBI was showing up in their house and वो पूछते थे कि do you know a good lawyer, वो चाहते थे कि कोई lawyer उनको help करे. तो हमारी community के अंदर lawyers की बहुत बड़ी need थी उस वक्त. After 9/11 we had hundreds of doctors but we almost had no lawyers. So after 9/11 I said, okay, I want to be a lawyer because I want to give back to my community and so forth.
So you mentioned wanting to help your community. What is one thing in the past few years that you've done to help them out?
Okay, so one of the things that we do on a regular basis in our community is that we do educational seminars for our community members. And many Pakistanis, because we happen to be Muslim, will be going to our mosque, and in a mosque we will do a seminar to train them about what are your rights as a green card holder, or what are your rights as just a regular person who gets approached by the FBI or law enforcement. What should you know, what should you do, and how should you react when you come into interactions with law enforcement. So we try to educate our community members about knowing their legal rights. Whether it's in housing court, इस वक्त अमेरिका के अंदर a lot of people are struggling for rent. तो हमने online भी अब शुरू कर दिया है that we're doing it on Facebook. We're trying to educate our community through Facebook because people can't go to the mosque or go to the church anymore. So we want to educate them about their legal rights as a green card holder and how to apply for citizenship or their housing rights. अगर आप tenant हैं, आपको कोई help चाहिए, for example, आप कैसे help ले सकते हैं government, या क्या आपकी rights हैं अगर आप court के अंदर जाएंगे या कोई और system आप शुरू करेंगे. So that's really valuable to us, just educating our community members by these seminars and telling them about their rights. So जौन सा question है, बहुत ज़्यादा लोग मुझे पूछते हैं पाकिस्तान से कि मैं इंटरनेशनल स्टूडेंट इधर आना चाहता हूँ, या मैं बिजनेस वूमन हूँ, हम इधर आके बिजनेस करना चाहते हैं. एज एन इमिग्रेशन लॉयर, मैंने इन टाइप्स ऑफ केसेस के साथ काफ़ी डील किया हुआ है, बिकॉज इंटरनेशनल स्टूडेंट्स इस न्यूयॉर्क सिटी के अंदर स्पेशली बहुत ज़्यादा इंटरनेशनल स्टूडेंट्स. सो पहले जो उनसे स्टूडेंट्स हैं उनको मैं कहता हूँ कि आपने फ़र्स्ट देखना है कि यूनिवर्सिटी की रिक्वायरमेंट्स क्या हैं उस प्रोग्राम के अंदर एडमिशन लेने के लिए. तो मुझे पता है पाकिस्तान के अंदर बहुत मेहनती लोग हैं, very educated, some of the best in the world, whether medicine or engineering, but बात है कि sometimes वो देखते नहीं है कि यूनिवर्सिटी की requirements क्या हैं, whether masters programs के लिए या कोई other bachelor's programs के लिए. तो उन्होंने देखना है कि क्या requirements हैं, उन यूनिवर्सिटीज़ के जो से इंटरनेशनल स्टूडेंट्स ऑफिसेज़ हैं उनको कांटेक्ट करना है, और फिर यूनिवर्सिटीज़ वो आपकी हेल्प करेंगी कि ये हमारा एप्लीकेशन प्रोसेस है, आप ऐसे अप्लाई करें और ये डॉक्यूमेंट सबमिट करें, ये जो से आपके कॉलेज के ग्रेड्स हैं या यूनिवर्सिटी के मार्क्स हैं पाकिस्तान के अंदर वो हमें सबमिट करें. और that is still going to be open, that option is still going to be open, because I know right now, coronavirus के अंदर a lot of universities online learning कर रही हैं, but still, students को accept कर रही हैं, international students इधर आके still online seminars के अंदर participate कर सकते हैं, campus में जाके learn कर सकते हैं and then continue to grow. And then जो से हमारे businessmen and businesswomen हैं न्यूयॉर्क के अंदर जो से आना चाहते हैं बिज़नेस करने के लिए या कोई जगह भी अमेरिका के अंदर, उनके लिए सबसे इम्पॉर्टेंट चीज़ है कि उन्होंने शो करना है कि उनकी कंपनी एक सक्सेसफुल कंपनी है पाकिस्तान के अंदर, और उन्होंने फिर शो करना है कि उनके पास जो सा कैपिटल है वो इधर वो इन्वेस्ट कर सकते हैं. तो मैं उन जैसे क्लाइंट्स के साथ काफ़ी डील करता हूँ, उनको बताता हूँ, गाइड करता हूँ कि ये इनकम आपने शो करनी है, आपने पाकिस्तान के अंदर बनाई थी, आपका बिज़नेस एक्सपैंड कर रहा है, वेदर इट्स मल्टी नेशनल बिजनेस, आपके पास पाकिस्तान में ऑपरेशंस है, मे बी मिडल ईस्ट के अंदर ऑपरेशंस हैं या कोई और कंट्री के अंदर ऑपरेशंस हैं, और आप अपने ऑपरेशंस ग्रो करना चाहते हैं, इस मुल्क के अंदर आप आके कंट्रीब्यूट करना चाहते हैं, बिकॉज अमेरिका is a capitalist country. You know, we will let you come here and do business if you're going to contribute to our economy as well. So both other clients, businessmen and businesswomen, they want to come here and do business. They have to realize that they have to convince the US government that their business, you know, jo se wo Pakistan mein kar rahe hain, is good for the American economy and the American business and is going to make American jobs. How do you do that? You have to have a very good proposal that's submitted, and you have to be able to make sure that you meet the government requirements for that. And that's very straightforward. So again, jo se students hain, jo se businessmen and businesswomen hain, come to America. It still is a country of opportunities for education, you know, jo si taaleem ke liye contribute kar rahe hain, and for business, because business is good for everyone.
All right, and would you have a final message to the Pakistani nation overseas and all of that?
Okay. So my final message is one of optimism. You know, all throughout the world, even in America, under especially jo sa pandemic hai, you know, log soch rahe hain ki what's going to be in the future? You know, how am I ever going to get a great job, or how am I ever going to become successful in my career, or maybe even provide for my family? So the message I give is of optimism. I said before that hard work pays off. अगर आपका ईमान है कि मेहनत करें और उसके साथ अल्लाह सुब्हानहू तआला आपको you know reward देगा, अजर देगा इस दुनिया के अंदर, he will give you that reward in this world where he will, you know, your hard work will pay off and lead to good results. That have that optimism, have that hope, and have that success. And whether it's overseas in Pakistan or it's over here in America, be positive and be optimistic. And the other thing is that bas aap apne dimag ke andar soche nahi ki maine optimistic hona, show it in your actions. You know, do something. You know, this is the year where hum sare log ghar baithe hue hain, we're sitting around saying, well, you know what, all these things in the world, whether it's poverty, gurbat, you know, people that are, you know, dying overseas, you know, people that are suffering, you know, what can we do to make them better? We've all sat at home, thought about how we can make things better. So now when we come out, we should say, you know, I thought about all those things I wanted to do and make better. I want to be a little bit of that change. You know, to jo se Pakistanis Pakistan ke andar hai, the change starts there with you. You know, if you can't make a change on a global level, make a change on a local level. You know, ye same message मैं अपने जो से Pakistanis इधर हैं उनको बताता हूँ कि कोई बात नहीं है. Who cares if the president's going this way or that way? Focus on what you can do within your own community. You know, help the elderly people out in your neighborhood, help the sick people out in your neighborhood, and help the people out that are struggling with food or some other type of insecurity. Make that change in your neighborhood. Be optimistic, and you know, slowly the community itself will support you as being a positive person, and the community itself will benefit as well. That's the message I want to give, of optimism and a positive change on a local level for my viewers. Thank you.
Thank you so much for meeting with me today, Mr. Saleem. It was a pleasure.
You're welcome. It was my pleasure as well.
Thank you. As you just saw from the interview, we had a very positive and healthy conversation with Mr. Saleem. Thank you so much for watching. This was Shauna from GTS Trends.